starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let me get myself on here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 22nd edition of the Community Pulse. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We've got quite a real cool lineup tonight. I'm really excited to have David Joshua on, and our good friend who's been on the show before, Dwight Carr, also known as East Virginia Studios. This is going to be a fantastic show. If you notice at the top right corner, you'll find 15th Bend. He is the featured channel for tonight's show, and he has the album launch party this coming Thursday. We'll throw some links out there throughout the entirety of the show. The opening song was none other than Colorful Energy. When I heard it the other day, I thought, yeah, this one's got to be the opener for me. Typically, I have an acoustic type feel or just something a little bit more raw. But there's no way I was going to pass that one by. It's a brilliant track, and we all love CE and everything she means to us in this community. Just last night, I want to start off by, I was waiting for Lori, and as we know, Lori, she's going to be having a smoke right about now, so I'm going to try something without messing anything up. I think I did it. So, Jade Starr approached me yesterday, and we had a situation with Russ 8889. We know in the past year and in a bit what he's done for the community, what he's done with the initiative of the two albums that he's helped us all, that we all contributed and put out. He's run into a little situation where his iPad was destroyed, and he's unable to continue doing what he does best. And I think it's a great initiative put forth by Jade Starr and more than likely Brad and the crew that that they're really, really good friends. I'm a strong supporter of Russ 8889. He shows me nothing but respect for the 3+ years that I've been in this community. He's a strong supporter of my channel and a very strong supporter of many channels out there. DJ Big Red, until Lori comes in, if you can just continue to... Lori's here, yay! Lori has the link. So please go to the link being provided. Jade just had a show featuring that, so we can throw that link. I had it in here. I think DJ and Folk Punk have it. So you'll have more details on exactly what's going on, but please do support. If you can't, I was trying for a bit, and I was kind of scared because, as you all know, I had an incident with my credit card, but it went through, and so I too supported this initiative. I think it's really important. If we can't help a friend, then what can we do? If you got it, give. If you don't, that's okay. Just go offer up some support, and that's it. Thank you very much, Jade, for allowing me to share this as well. And I'm sure throughout the week, with all the channels supporting one another, we're going to get a lot more of this cooperation into helping a good friend out in times of trouble. And we never know when one of us is going to need that same type of help. And thank you very much. All right, so on with the show. And once again, we'll continue posting that. And as I said, 15th Bend has the his album launch party this coming Thursday on the 8th at 8:30. Actually has a song, Rise, his first song. It's remixed, so it's a premiere. And 9 o'clock follows the album launch, and I'll be on the panel with Hetriani and a bunch of other people. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and play the feature channel before we bring on Mr. Dwight Carr. Let's do this now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday Night Rollercoaster. Hope you all had a good day, a good week. I just barely made it to my own stream. I don't know, there comes a time where I'm like, I should take a break and I should just chill, but then I don't know. I don't know. Metalhead Hippie, boom! The OGs in the chat. The reason why I really take what Tron says seriously is because Tron is like an audiophile. like you wouldn't believe it. Something that with me, you know. As always, I am gonna draw this.
Lost in memory.
My bad. You can't stop. Once you hit play on a Frank Turzo song, then you gotta listen to it. Next up is my big bro, Hetriani. This guy is just, I mean, what can we say, right? Hetriani is nuts, as I call him.
Yeah, that's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time. I know it. Thank you, everybody, once again for coming in tonight, and hope you're following these links that are being provided. I wish I could shout everybody out, but I've seen everybody fly through here. I've seen Linda. Hello, Linda. Lori, of course, all my mods are here. Neil, how you doing? Ozark, what's going on? Sandy Kirk, JM Unleashed. I can go on forever. Thank you all for coming out. So I do want to shout out, first and foremost, the what I call notable streaming channels, and I hope Folk Punk and DJ are ready, because I am. Metalhead Hippie starts off this list every Friday at 4 p.m. We've got the 907 Global Music Co-op. Jeff, if there's anybody out there that hasn't submitted any tunes or watching this on the replay, and I know we've had a few because there's been a few artists that have been spreading out through these communities, and it's been wonderful to see them grow. Every Friday, you can submit an email to Jeff. You'll find it on this link. Every Friday at 4 p.m. He starts in Europe. By around 6 o'clock, he's in the Canada zone, and then he moves across by about 7 to the U.S. And then deeper into the West Coast. But it's really cool what he does. This way, everybody has an opportunity to catch their own songs and see the reaction. All of these communities are really important, and I start off every stream with shouting them out because I owe them so much gratitude for what they've done to help me through COVID. And many of you out there, a place to hang, just some beautiful people. And I just go on forever. We got Pete Johns every Sunday. Pete Johns is on daily throughout the week, but every Sunday he has this Your Music Live. There's the link there. You can submit a form and get your music played, and once again get heard. None of these are pay per play, so please go out there and start sending these to all of these channels. I mean, of course, if you'd like to support, help keep their lights on, that's wonderful, but it's not necessary. Just get your music out there. We want to hear it. Thomas Christ is on every Wednesday, similar to Metalhead Hippie Show, but it's on Wednesdays. Another strong supporter of all of these communities. Once again, you can follow that link, submit a form, and get your music played. Jade Starr is live weekly interviews every Thursday. Again, she's on throughout the whole week as well, but every Thursday she has live interview with local artists from within our community and outside, and she does an amazing job. She's been doing it for quite some time. And keep in mind, once again, Jade just had a stream to help support Russ 8889 get through some difficult times. Once again, if you have a little bit to give, you can support Russ to help him get through. Independent Mini United is on every Friday. I know she's saying, no, I'm not going to be on this Friday. No, I know, but I'm going to continue shouting you out. She will be, she's going through a move right now with her whole family, so she'll be away till the beginning of September, I believe. But she's on every Friday. You can watch any one of her shows on replay. And once again, it's open mic. Go up, and if she sees you in the stream, she'll play one of your tracks. It's an amazing show, and it starts at 8 p.m. Chad Freeman has Green Eggs and Ham. He used to do a Sunday show, and I see some consistency here now. He's every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. You'll find all kinds of stuff on this channel. 1 week is going to be movie club. The next week is going to be karaoke, open mic. And he also has Name the Artist show. It's really cool stuff. And then 15th, Ben, Thursday, the Rollercoaster stream. Man, that's the fastest stream I've ever seen in my life. Really, it's so tough to keep up to. So many people. He does so many amazing things for so many people. So rock on. Now, I don't want to keep everybody waiting in the back. I'll continue with shout outs as we go through the show. Let's do it. So, as a featured co-host, we have Dwight Carr, and I'm going to do a little introduction that one of his songs, his most recent, it's titled, why don't I have the title for it? Because oh yes, I do. Watch for Trains. Let's hear it. And please go support these channels as I'm shouting them out. It's wonderful. I'm not going to get into the rant that Hippie does, but please go support because it is important.
One, two, three, four. Streetlights are the only thing changing in this town. There's peace to be had if peace could be found. Her faith dies at a young age, afraid that might be true. But being scared ain't something I'm accustomed to. Some people have to know how watch works on their wrists. Other folks like myself just wanna know what time it is. You ain't gotta be lonely, reach out, don't look back. Gotta watch for trains even if you're on the right track. Highway 80 hurt my heart, every memory seems great. Let's go watch for headlights, stay up real late. Nothing poetic about the death it takes and takes. Sleep is a drug, and I've been clean for days. Some people have to know how watch works on their wrists. Other folks like myself just wanna know what time it is. You ain't gotta be lonely, reach out, don't look back. Gotta watch for trains even if you're on the right track. Acceptance is love, and love is God's will. For lack of a better word, but for sure that's how I feel. Spend the rest of my days out living my reputation. Only searching for some peace, no need for your salvation.
Damn, how good is that? So well done. One of the nicest written songs I've heard this year. Let's bring on Dwight. What's going on, buddy? Oh, maybe I should unmute you and do the nice thing. Thanks for being on, man, and welcome back to the Community Pulse. You were one of the first on this show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. That song, bro. And you've had a busy week. You've had quite a bit of postings and DJ's gonna be posting the links as we go.
Shout out DJ.
Yeah. Really good stuff this week. What's going on?
You saw it, man. Steady writing, steady recording, trying to drop a whole bunch of stuff before September when life gets in the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to be a very busy guy throughout September and into October.
Yeah, halfway through October, I think.
Yeah.
Just don't know how much stamina I have these days.
Yeah, but you've had a build up to it. It's not like you've been off for a bit and then you're going right at it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a few extra hours a week. Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, a little more than a few, half a week after a week. But yeah, really love what you're doing out there. Once again, thank you for coming on the show tonight. I know how excited you were as soon as you heard David was the featured artist. Yeah.
Really digging listening to him all week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun putting together these little clips and stuff. This week was special. And yeah, so once again, I will announce one more time not just one more time, but Russ 8889 is having some troubles. If you want to support Russ, Lori has the link. She'll be posting it here and there. Help a friend in need, and that's what we do when we can. Dwight, is it okay if I just do a couple of shout outs before we bring in our artist?
Definitely.
All right. So we've had a busy week. First of all, Linda Jean is in the chat. Thank you, Linda. I know how much everybody's been loving you and enjoyed the show. A lot of respect from your crew, your family, that I've noticed on the channel. So it's pretty cool. I appreciate that. And the community loves you. You took it by storm. And I had a lot of fun last week. I'm not going to lie. It's probably one of the funnest streams I've had. And don't get jealous now, Lori. Yours are fun too. So this week has been a blast. Camp GMA had Country Fest. I was part of. There was a lot of great artists: Mr. B, Adam Cohen, John Wiggs, Will D, Brad Example. There's so many. I'm not going to be able to name them all. I know our friend Chris Lane, Axon Nacho, Rise of Dark Leela, Rich New Design, Michael Song, Valerie Bott. We can go on, Emperism, Jovel. There was so many, and myself. It was a lot of fun, and it was about 8 hours. Yeah, it was just a fantastic show. Well done, Camp G. Michael Thompson, How Did It Happen? Had a nice little premiere. David Cartret, Everything's Fine. Jenny Daniels, The Tide is High cover. Jenny Daniels has a pop and a country music channel. Live to Fly. What a beautiful song, David. And David was on Country Fest as well. Beautiful cover. Waymore's Blues. Seattle Sounds, Buckhouse. Take the Minute and Run. Great track. Ricochet, She Talks to Angels cover. Ron Ward. Yes, we had a Ron Ward sighting. That's All It Took cover. And once again, Russ 8889, Trance Dancer. Charles Koffler, Music, Riviere cover. No, that's Revere. Synthworks had a beautiful track out, Retribution. Roadie's Jam Cave, Tuesday Night Live, number 11. It was just a brilliant show. Keep your eyes open for that channel. I'm telling you, you'll have everybody in the community show up there. He's just such a great supporter of so many channels. And then Sonic Race, River Road, one of the most spiritual channels I've come across. It's just beautiful stuff. Actually, there is another one I'll be shouting out in a bit. And that's enough of me yapping just for now. And what do you think? We bring on our feature artist and we get talking. All right. I prepared a little clip for David Joshua. And like I said, I had a lot of fun putting this together. And I got a little bit more technical on this one. Let me just mute ourselves.
right where Moses wept, where he struck the rock. Now don't you cry. Native saint, he came to take our blame. How did we repay? We set him up in northern horizon, northern horizon. Don't go blind, sober your mind. All things fall to place, to be damned or to be saved. In northern horizon, northern horizon. Don't go blind, sober your mind. In northern horizon, northern horizon. Don't go blind, sober your mind. When I hear your voice, no more time to waste. Midst the noise and the sound. Northern horizon, northern horizon. Don't go blind, sober your mind. In northern horizon, northern horizon. Don't go blind, sober your mind.
Whew, man.
You edited that?
I did. I
Wow.
did.
Bravo.
So let me bring us on. Let's bring us all on, all together here, and add to stage. Welcome, David.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Frank. That was amazing. That was awesome. It was really
Well,
cool.
thanks for your help. I sent you a bunch of questions, and I kind of I wanted to put something together for you, and yeah. So, and that everybody, that is off of David's new album. It's available on BANDCAMP. I was supposed to put a separate link for that, but I'm sure the team will find that link. I purchased it myself last week, I think it was, or earlier this week, and great album.
Thank you. Thank you. A good crew working on that one and producing it. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And Drew, what a song. Watch for Trains. My gosh, man. Like, dude, that was great, man. Like that.
Dwight's an amazing songwriter himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
White car.
Yeah.
Where do you do most of your recording at, David?
Ooh, it's a secret.
Oh, okay.
No, it's mostly been out of a home studio.
Yeah.
This most recent record was out of the Kitchen Studios in Dallas.
Sweet.
So
Sounds
Yeah.
really clean.
yeah. It was one of those things that I didn't look for. I just happened to be playing a open mic, and a guy I've known for years, he ran an open mic there, still runs open mics in the area. And I just gone through a horrible season in my life. And as I'm leaving, he ran after me and he said, "I've heard your records. I like what you got out there, but I want to get you in a professional studio. And if you want musicians, I got professional musicians, and I want to produce your record." And so Northern Horizon is that record. So
Right
Yeah.
place, right time.
Yeah.
yeah. Fellow's name's Jade Starr. He's a great artist. He's a singer-songwriter in his own right as well. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, that's an amazing album. The first few tracks that I've heard, I'm going to continue to listen to the rest. I think it's yeah. So I've got a question. Well, you answered it earlier. It was driving me crazy. Where I'd met you, I know I fell in love with your Christmas songs, the 2 tracks that you put out at Christmas. And this year, like I said, it ran into issues because there was some people were using videos that they weren't supposed to, and my actual channel got shut down that night. No damage outside of that, but yeah, I'm going to put together a nice one. Those songs were amazing. And you came through to all of us through 15th Ben's channel.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yep.
Let me tell us a little bit about that. Because I know he calls you hashtag the man in black.
All right. So what happened was 15 Ben was using, I guess, a community thing on YouTube, which I never ever paid attention to, but I randomly saw it. And both in the Dallas community here with the musicians here and just online, when I see people say things like, you know, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm going to do this with the music because that's what I believe I'm supposed to do with it. And I think 15 Ben may have been tongue in cheek or putting some out there, but he was basically like, you know, I know people like see me as a rock artist or whatever, but I'm going to, if I want to put in like a synthesizer, I'm going to put in a synthesizer or something like that. So I saw that was interesting. I was like, you know, I'll give him, I'll leave a comment for him. So I commented back just like, yeah, man, you could do like Tom Waits, and, you know, you go out to a dumpster field or wherever and find any old thing and turn it into an instrument. Like it's creativity is to not ever be limited, you know? And so I just basically in a tongue-in-cheek fashion wanted to encourage him. And I didn't figure for a second the guy would even notice the comment, or if he did, even respond. And just moments later, I get a comment back of like, Tom Waits, screw him. Like, I love your song Waves. You sound like the man in black. And I was like, oh, and he was like, I'm going to play you on my live stream. And I'm like, live stream. And so that's when I discovered his live stream. And I was like, oh yeah, he does do a live stream. All right. And he already had like this community revolving around him, and the community just kind of, between 15 Ben and everyone out there, just welcomed these songs with open arms. And so that's really where this all started. So 15 Ben, if you're out there, muchas gracias, señor.
He'll be here in a bit. He is during this time he's putting 16th, getting everything set and being the good dad that he is.
Yeah.
But I sent him his opener. He liked it. Give me the green light. But yeah, that's amazing, and that's what this community is all about. And that's why I tell everybody out there that hasn't submitted their songs to any of these major channels, just like you said, you didn't think he would notice something, and he did. And all 4 of these guys, they take a lot of time into what they do, and to really listen and not just to hit play. Kind of what I do, but like they really take the time and put in the effort into really listening to it and giving you that feedback and playing our tracks, and that's what they do. That's amazing. Handing it over to you, Dwight.
Yeah, so you mentioned Tom Waits. Is he a big influence of yours? Tom Waits, Chris Isaac, that kind of era, maybe.
Well, so it's funny. Everybody who has claimed like, oh, you sound like, I never really listened to any of those guys before people say that. I was always listening to U2 and Coldplay and Radiohead. And then when I'd go out and sing, they'd be like, when the first times I did an open mic on my own out here in Dallas, I didn't know how to sing right. And so I was like singing real rough. And somebody said, man, you sound like Tom Waits. I didn't know who Tom Waits was. So I started looking at Tom Waits, and I was like, dang, okay, maybe I should stop singing. You know, like he's good, but like, I don't know if I can pull that off, because I didn't think I was that like that. But I learned to love his art more and more because to me, Tom Waits, Johnny Cash, it's like with Radiohead and U2 and Coldplay, and I like them. As I said, they're big influences, but they're big glitz and glamour, But Tom Waits, Johnny Cash, Chris Isaac, like those men are like men who just pick up a guitar and sit down with you and they start playing. Yeah. And it's like they're singing right into you, and like there's something about that music that's so real for me anyway. Like I can't speak for anyone else, but like as I would journey through this journey, I would hear stuff like that. You sound like Johnny Cash. I would have really not ever listened to Johnny if it hadn't been for the fact that people said that. And same as you said with Chris Isaac, that guy. So at any rate, so I kind of go to their universities when I can.
I agree. They don't hide behind production. It's all about serving the song. And I try to pull a lot of that influence myself. Try.
You pull it off pretty darn well, man.
Oh,
to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amongst two brilliant artists. You both are just incredible artists. And David, there's a Metalhead Hippie there. Would love to see you send some tracks. Like I said, it'll be on the channel in the description. With Jeff, it's just send him an email. And every Friday, and just let him know exactly where you're, like the area you're from, and he already knows, but it's just good reminder, and this way he'll put you in the proper time slot. So so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna do a couple of shout outs here, and so this next shout out is I just caught this the other night, last night. Cameron Ego, Lori's mishmash son. Man, that kid is something to be proud of. And Lori, you just did such an amazing job. I just want to say, Cameron, I don't know if it's just me, but doesn't everybody get the feeling like Cameron's ours? It's like I've only known for 3 years. Like he started off and he's just growing, and we're all watching him grow. And it's just a beautiful thing. That's so well done, Lori. You're just such a great mom, and he's just such a great kid and an incredible artist. Please go check out this little link that we posted. Mr. Rock, Brucia la Terra. This is such a beautiful song. I remember my dad playing this on the violin when I was a kid. It's an old Sicilian traditional song. It was played, I think, in Godfather Part 1. So that's when it really got recognized. But it's just a beautiful song, Mr. Rock. And it was extra special for me because just the other day was a year anniversary of losing my dad. So we got Choey G, psychedelic rock guitar solo, Boomster Block, Zawolf, Paulo Farrell. He's in the chat. Y'all got to go check out Paul's channel. He's just brilliant. Knock Me Down. Now, I think, Paul, if I'm not mistaken, you have released a premiere coming up soon. Please let DJ know or one of the mods in there so we can post that. Ernst Vingerhoitz. There was times. Vivian Smiling. Another beautiful song she put out, I Am the Bread of Life. Leroy's Musical Journey, Welcome to Wonderland cover. To Eternity, Butterflies, I Had Too Much to Dream. Lunar Vibe, just a brilliant artist. Mission. Gordon Lee Weaver, Unified. Diane Shepherd, You Raise Me Up cover. Pete Hopeless, brilliant drummer. Personal. Nia Smith cover, drum cover. Music Concept, which is also known as Andriana Amacucci, my friend from Italy. 31 Luglio is the 31st of July. The Skeptics, Tremor Bear, Since Shine Your Light on Me. Beautiful track, Bear. Lizaday, Cross My Heart, Miles and Miles. Midnight Bandit, Pendulum Swings. Tales Told in the Dark, another great new channel to me. And they're everywhere supporting everyone. Buried Alive, Cases of yeah, no, this is a really nice story. The creepy condition that buried alive hundreds of people. It's just a beautiful little story. You got to go check this out. I didn't even know this existed, but the disease was catalepsy. I'm sure I'm saying something wrong. But yeah, where a person couldn't talk and they couldn't tell people to stop throwing sand on them. Literally buried alive. Gary Schaefer and the Pick and Pilot, The Color of Music. Linda Jean put out Write It Forward, her first recording session. Really cool. Drummer Jim for Life. He loves his Linkin Park. This one's In the End. David Joshua, Open Doors. Another great track, David. Forest of the Wolf, Project Galaxy, Flight 998. Tom Kerr, Music. Really nice track, Tom. Rise Again. And Johanna Lynn, Frista. So I'll stop there. So very cool. A lot of great things happening this week. I think it's the heat. Everybody's in heat. Get it? Dad jokes. Just a few days too late, Lori. Yeah, so the song we have on cue, do you have a couple questions right now, or do you want to play a song on cue, Dwight?
Oh, let's listen to what we got up next.
All right. So this next song that we have is Distant Sky. And I know this time I got the right order, and I won't do it to you again, Snooks. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about Distant Sky.
Distant Sky. So it's a song based on a story about a Native American boy who has a prophetic gift. He can see into the future, and he has a hard time understanding it. And so the song is just basically about him growing into that as he grows up as a man, and learning that he needs the Creator to lead him and guide him in that in order to properly live that, rather than the craziness that such a gift can cause a person to live through. That makes sense.
That's beautiful.
Makes sense. That is beautiful. All right. Let's play it. I'm going to mute us.
was a boy, I used to dream of the future. Through your eyes, beneath your distant sky. Well now, clearly, through your light, I can see you. And now, clearly, through your love, I can find you. was never the type who would tiptoe through your hall, or at least as far as I can ever recall. But now I hear you're calling me. Well, now, clearly, through your light, I can see you. And now, clearly, through your love, I can find you.
Sorry, I thought I hit the wrong control. Let's bring him back. Bring us back on. There we go.
Think the chat
Such
like that.
Jesus, all yours, Dwight. Man, everybody
Whoa.
loved that one.
Yeah. Do you play that one live?
Actually, that's a favorite by people when I play it live.
I can see that.
For any songwriter out there listening, if you're an original writer and you're like, dang, I always have to do covers to get paid, you can play your originals. Just do this. Play your original. Don't tell them. Just play it. If they like it, that's when you tell them. So if they like it, you tell them, and then you keep that in your set list. And that's one of the things I did with that is when I played it, people thought it was a Roy Orbison song that they had never heard before.
Yeah.
But it reminded them of it. And then when I tell them that I wrote it, they're like, that's cool. And so then I can put that in at any rate, I figured if anything, I might throw something out there. But yeah. It's
that's excellent advice. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's a crowd favorite out there in the Dallas area.
Awesome. How is the scene out in Dallas?
Well, Dwight, there really isn't a scene.
Yeah.
It's just people coming and going, and times you're background noise, at times you're the center of attention for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then that's about it. So there's a lot of people who like the music, but they come and go. So that's I guess you can call that a scene. But yeah.
What do you mean by come and go? Like into the city, like in and out, and like moving in, moving away, or?
No, just it's like as far as the artists and the musicians here, they're incredible. They're here. They're putting it in, much like this community online. They are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Like we help each other out. The Dark Horses, for instance, is basically Jacob Price, Zaz, and Loose Ends. It's his band backing me. And Jacob Price, Zaz, and Loose Ends, incredible band. Highly recommend them. But like we just help each other out. I played guitar for this one lady who she just has a voice like the opera, and we did a cover of Creep, Radiohead's Creep. And so we do that kind of thing where we just help each other out. Jess Spires does his own music, but he also helps produce other people through the kitchen studios and that kind of thing. And we go to each other's release parties, and we do our best to help one another out. When I'm talking about scene, I'm talking about like people who don't play music who are coming out to see you specifically because they like your music, right? Like to me, that's a scene in the sense where I think I remember some years ago I was in Chicago and I saw this band live, and this bar we were in was packed wall to wall. I never heard of the band before, and the song they were playing sounded good, but I never heard it before. And I'm seeing all these people into it, and I'm like, what's going on here? Who are these guys? And one of the locals there was like, well, they're this band, and this is their original song. I'm like, but everybody here knows it. They're into it. They're like, yeah, that's how it is here. And then I turned to my manager of my band at the time. I was like, what is this? And he's like, this is what we call a music scene. To which I was like, oh, okay. We need one of those in Dallas. So people really just go out in Dallas to party and have a good time. And when you're playing live for people, generally you're just there to play Wonderwall.
Yeah.
All my buddies out there in Dallas are going to know what I'm saying when I say that's all they really want you to do. Play Wonderwall.
Well, your man 15th Ben just showed up, and the
Oh,
chat
15th. Hey there.
just
Right on.
lit up once he showed up. It's like,
Right
okay.
on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna shout out some more here. Take Two Drums, who's in the chat now, and Brian. I think I've got your email. I'm gonna be emailing you shortly, and just got a couple things to go over with you, brother. Proposition, let's call it. Santa Music, Moonlight Dance. Oh, sorry, I didn't even say what track. Take Two Drums put a Night Ranger cover. Really cool track. Sing Me Away. And Santa Music, Moonlight Dance. No Lake, another great supporter of so many of our channels. Longing for Yesterday. Enigma Bird, Sirens. Nikki Tedesco, Christian says, tones on tail bass play along. Mark Wade, If the House is a Rockin', Stevie Ray Vaughan cover. Well done, Mark. Toothpick Vic, Foxglove, Murder by Death cover. Badass Brutus guitar. I think I figured out how I met Linda Jean, and it was through Badass Brutus guitar. Basket Case, really nice cover, Green Day cover. Leni Perez, Still Alive, Jonathan Colton ukulele cover. That was so well done, Leni. You just bring so much life into everything you do. Take a Short Break, Silicone Heartbeat. Terrell, Rhythm of Humanity Live. Caviar Kubrick, Curtain Call. And I missed one, Adam Holtz. I Need Your Lovin' Right Now. Charlie Tom Stone, please go check out this channel. Fantastic music. Natalie Ducros put out a couple of tracks, but this one that we're shouting out is a cover of Rolling Stones called It's Only Rock and Roll, But I Like It. She did a really good job with that one. Jim Hebert, Let's Go to Jersey Shore, really nice track. Jason Lemansky, Let's Go to Jersey Shore. So that was a collaboration between the two. Lady Campion had a nice little Coldplay cover called Fix You. John W. Adams, Aka Dark Horse, Dance Like You Used To. Please go check out that one also. It's relatively new to at least me. Many of you may already know these two artists. The other one is Old Man Music. This one's called Fire. So there's a couple of new artists that you can probably check out, and let's try to draw them into our community. I think you'll really be pleased. Chill Zone, Cold Acre, and Lou Reality put out a nice little release. I bought the album. It's available on, the single. It's available on Bandcamp. Deed 1951, Summertime Love, and Melanie Choli with David Rodriguez, Now or Never. I'm going to stop there for now. Yeah. So what else we got?
Got a busy community is what we got.
Holy smokes. Yeah, there's full out 120. It's usually about that, but yeah, it's there was so many more we could have put on here. Yeah, it's been really busy. I've got the help of Folk Punk and DJ Big Red. That really helped me and allowed me to create your video, the introduction, and a couple nice 2 or 3 nice promo reels for 15th Bend, who is our feature channel for this week. Yeah, so thank you to DJ and Folk Punk.
2 of the hardest work in show business.
That's right. They make me look good. I just sit here and try to read. The next song we have on cue is War and Romance.
That's a great one.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Who
And
the hell picked War and Romance? Okay, War and Romance, right. That song was birthed out of a moment of weightiness, and it comes from the lyric, which is really based in scripture in the Bible, that deals with the idea that a time will come where every tear will be dried, every sorrow would be done away. And so it really encompasses, for me anyway, the battle that I have, I think, and maybe a lot of people do, with God, reconciling, this life and Christ and the salvation and everything in there. I think it's a mix of war and romance. I think there's a fight, but there's something beautiful in the fight. And so that's often how I've thought of that song. So it's war and romance in a package. So
beautiful. Let's hear it.
Darkness that surrounds us will soon disappear. So brace these sails, for all will be made clear. There in the distance, there's a great thunder, a choir singing. We won't go under. Here in our hour, a time approaches, for truly it is here. So let go of your fears and know this, your every tear will be one. The light is brighter still. Amidst your will, there's pillars of fire, where they're leading us higher. Will be wiped away. So cry, from the heights of heaven. For love has made a way. Calvary is on display. So cry, to the depths of the sea. We'll make war and romance.
a seasoned pro for sure. Just the way you've put together this set of the 6 tracks that or 5 tracks you chose. It just shows right there your professionalism. I mean, just the build-up. That was just such a beautiful track.
If I can just remember my lyrics and names, it would be great. If I may, on that record, on the violin is Orion Pitts, who is a violinist for Justin Pickard and the Thunderbird Winos. And Justin Pickard himself played the bass. And then Mark Brewer's on the drums. So those instruments are played by those guys, those gentlemen. And I just want to make sure that's out there, because I don't know. That's the violin's like an instrument. No, sir, I can't. I want to, but I just can't do it. So Orion brought the he brought that sound into the band. So anyway, yeah.
What do you got, Dwight? Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a great job. Just mute the co-host. I'm wondering why he's not saying anything.
So I was asking, do you play the guitars on all your tracks?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I play the guitar and all of them there.
That's a really cool sound.
Yeah.
I see the Coldplay YouTube vibe. Finally, I didn't catch it the first time around. See how heavy influence there.
Yeah, just rocking tracks. So I'm going to continue with this is shout out number 63, Paul. And as we all know now, that DJ Big Red 81 is the master mixing master. He's the engineer behind the music of Paul. Kathy Short, 3 Days Grace. Gary Hubbs had a really fun holiday. I can tell you he did, because he's been sending me pictures and throughout his time out there. He did his show during holidays, the Holiday Record, volume number 42. Unshackled Spirit, Say Goodbye. What a brilliant song. I don't know if it actually went through. I think I purchased it today, but I don't know, something's going on. But fantastic. Sal, you rock, bro. And this whole community loves you. I think you're a fantastic guy. Sal out of Jersey. Isabella Materazzi, another supporter of mine from Italy. When I released that song for my mom, I think a little over nearly 3 years ago now, I got quite a few artists from Italy onto my channel, and this is another one. Elisabetta is just a beautiful singer. Please go check her out. Diane Delmas, a great love. Vintage Tones, EVH 5150 Stealth. Sam's a brilliant guitarist. Many of you do know him. Take a Short Break, Drift Away With Me. Frank Mel put out another epic track, Onwards, My Heart Sings. Drummer Jim for Life, I think I already shouted out, but that's okay. Dead, a Korn cover, drum cover. Diamond Dave, Keep It on the Down Low, Slap Bass, really cool track. Emery Island, Let It Be. Man, you got to hear this. So we were talking earlier, folk punk. Check out this rendition of Let It Be. Robin Shane, she's coming back slowly. She has a live-ish stream. Please go check out her channel and support and show some love. Bo Star, Good Night Irene cover. Drew the Genius Music. Dan and Drew collab. I think this is freaking brilliant. I hope you liked it too, Dan, if you're still out there. It was just one of the coolest things. Very well done. Paul O'Farrell, I guess Paul gets 2 shutouts. That's beautiful. Sneak preview. That's the one I was talking about. So it is a sneak preview from a future track coming up from It'll Be Grand. And then Herman LaService. What a beautiful, I think I saw Herman in the chat earlier. Beautiful rendition of Beatles, and he kind of, with a little twist, he made it his own. Yellow Short Bus. Really cool stuff. Ricochet, Knocking on Heaven's Door cover. The Song of the Lord. This is a really cool inspirational channel too. I'm not sure how many of you follow it, but there was one of my songs, I think 15th Ben's favorite song, Tired Some, that I ended up with this gentleman onto my channel. The Song of the Lord's a great channel. This one's Lord Speak, I Will Follow Your Lead. Please go check that out. It's really cool and shows some support. Susan Archer, The Mend, and Prince Prodigal, Folk Us. And yeah, I'm going to stop there for now. I think that's enough. Yeah. So David, Dwight, do you have any questions?
See what I had. I think one is about a song coming up.
Yeah.
See. So, I know what else I was going to ask. What do you play anything besides guitar?
I do. In fact, the trumpet on Northern Horizon, I played that.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah,
That is
I played the synthesizers and the piano and all that kind of thing. So
Is that something you've been doing since a child, playing trumpet?
I learned the trumpet in high school, but I kind of like dropped it when I started going for singing and guitar. In fact, I had a teacher who was teaching me trumpet, and he said, "Don't you dare go growing out your hair, getting a guitar, and trying to be a rock star now." And I looked at him, and I was like, "I'll never do that." Been eating them words ever since. So, I've lobbed off my hair since then, but I'm sure there's a picture floating out there somewhere of a lengthy hair.
Awesome.
I don't think I saw one. I was looking for different pictures throughout the week. Yeah, doing what I do, I kind of feel creepy sometimes because I'm trying to find people on Facebook, Instagram.
That could be taken the wrong way, you know.
Yeah, just looking at pictures and yeah. So that's pretty cool. You know, I think I asked you one of the questions. What was the first instrument you picked up? Was it, I think it was in the introduction. You said it was piano in high school and trumpet, right?
Yeah, so it was piano. I mean, I was always singing. In fact, the joke was that I was trying to sing to like compete against my radio when I would listen to this guy named Carmen, who was a contemporary Christian artist. And so I would sing a bunch, and I wanted to sing and play guitar and lead a worship band that would like bring glory to Jesus. That was my whole thing since I can remember as a boy. So my parents were like, well, what's a good instrument to start him on? Let's start him on the piano. And so, boy, I tell you, that broke me because I was just like, no, but I want to sing and play guitar. And they're like, well, the piano is the beginning of all that. And at the time, I didn't understand it. So I took piano lessons because as a boy, you do what your parents tell you to do. But that was officially the first instrument that I actually learned to play. Yeah.
I remember Carmen.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, that's something I haven't thought of in a long time. I had the old VHS tape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good to hear somebody else heard of him because I
thought it was a fever dream.
Yeah. He was something else in certain
Who
ways.
was that? Sorry, I missed that. I'm looking in the chat here.
It was a Carmen, a contemporary Christian artist from the 90s, I guess, and maybe 80s.
Yeah, kind of 80s, 90s. He basically produced and sang all of his music, put on his own stage shows, and did like music videos and stuff. Like he was very interactive in his approach to the music.
Ahead of his time.
And very much so. Oh yeah. Oh, what we all do just normally now. That was his career. Yeah. And very interesting. Like very interesting. So yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool. So, David, the next song we have on cue is you chose Eternity.
Oh, Eternity. Oh,
yeah.
Oh Lord. All right. Yeah, that's one of those songs. Wow. If I may, I'll tell you a
Yes,
little about it. So
please do. We got lots of time. We're well ahead of schedule here.
so y'all are familiar with Fiji Islands, right?
Yeah.
So growing up as a boy, my parents, they did missions, and we did missions to Fiji Islands. My dad came across a pastor from Fiji. It was just a God thing. They didn't arrange it. God did, apparently. And they met like in California. And then we were invited to go to this village to like minister out in Fiji. Well, there was a moment as a boy, I remember we'd come into Suva, or we were on our way to Suva is what we were. And we stopped by this little spot, this restaurant, hotel thing. I remember looking out over the Pacific Ocean, and it was a clear night. The moon was out. And this image has stayed in my head. Well, after I went through some things recently in my life, I remember standing with my guitar in a room, and I just started playing and plucking these chords. And while I was doing that, that image came to my mind. But what I saw was Jesus in the distance. And I saw him inviting me to come out with him out at the distance and to walk with him. And at the time, in the back of my mind, I had the thought of how, the church is the bride, and then there's Christ, the bridegroom, and Christ calling the bridegroom or the bride to him. And the lyrics began to come out of me of like, we can walk on the beach, we could walk on the ocean. And then slowly but surely the lyrics just started coming out when I stopped trying to control them and just surrendered to the reality of it. And Eternity, the song, just started coming out. So that's really what it is. It's just this imagery that I had in my head of what would happen if you were just looking out over the ocean and there Jesus is just walking by and going, you want to walk with me. You want to join me in this adventure, So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's play this.
I was walking out on a beach, listening for your voice. In the distance I could hear a surrendering noise. The winds traded their stories as I drowned out my worries. Love's anthem, then fathoms. We can walk on the edge of eternity, with forever as our soul. I was looking out the harbor, kissing your breakthrough, revelatory favor, making us anew. Our winds traded their stories as I reached out for your glory. Love's anthem, then fathoms. We can walk on the edge of eternity, on the edge of eternity, with forever as our song. We can walk on the edge of eternity, with forever as our song.
Absolutely beautiful. Oops. Unmute. I remember this time.
Yeah.
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 What a powerful track.
Yeah, I can listen to that I can listen to you all night, honestly. It's got that
Right.
kind of in fact, I probably will.
If anybody out there has any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I'll probably miss them anyways, but I'm doing my best to keep
Might
up.
see one pop up.
Yeah. So you mentioned you're playing a lot of gigs and you're performing right now.
Well,
Like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of gigs down at what's called the Bishop Arts District here in the Dallas area.
Yeah.
So they generally have you play outside in front of the bar. The bars are like open bars. So you play out there and you play anywhere from a 3-hour set to a 4-hour set. And so I tend to do like 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off to give the voice a chance. But yeah, so there's a lot of that. That's kind of what you do, I guess, as a working musician, is you do a lot of the cover songs. And you if you're wise, like I said earlier, you just kind of weave in your originals, and if people like them, you let them know they're originals, and you keep that in your set. But yeah, it's I've been doing that. I hit a few spots up in Frisco, and might have a few more things open up here soon in Deep Ellum, Lord willing. But yeah, so I'm out there. To me, that's where the songs come alive. Is live. It's going out there and just putting it out there to the people. That's how Open Doors, the one I recently released, came about, because I hit a place where I just couldn't figure it. So I started playing it in front of people out there, and the lyrics were not hitting at the time, but the music was. But I couldn't figure it until I did it in front of those folks, and then I started learning what the words should be, as opposed to what I thought they should be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Any hopes of making it to like Austin or one of these more artistically inclined areas?
People keep telling me that I need to do one of two things or both. They've said, I've had a few people say you need to go on, what's that one show, America's Got Talent or something like that. And then others have said you need to go to Colorado, because your music they would absolutely love your music out there. Go to Vail, go to Denver, go to Aspen. Like, you need to go out there. And I'm like, you got any money? Those things cost money, man. So, but yeah, at some point I'd like to day trip down to Austin. I got some family down that way. In fact, in that last video in Eternity, the Pacific Ocean was kind of that inspiration, right? But it was the Atlantic we were seeing. I've got family out in Florida, so I've played a few bits out there, but that's a little too far from Texas to keep that going.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I'll get down to Austin.
You got a question there where your where Elvis and Roy Orbison, any influence? An influence?
Take 2 drum covers. Thank you for the question. And to be frank, they from the start they really weren't. Those are names that were given unto me during the journey, to which then I would listen to them. So to start, they were not my influences, but I am learning from them. I've been learning how Roy would write his songs, and I never used a G minor in my life until I heard the G minor in Crying, and that it blew me away. I was like, oh my God, wow. And then to hear his voice, and he truly was, was a different kind of artist. So yeah, at this point, yes, I would say they probably are influencing me, but that's not how it started, but that's definitely something that I'm beginning to learn from. So I don't have the pelvis move like Elvis got though. I just pull that one off.
Yeah, if I try that, it'll be done for a month. There's another. I think everybody's trying to pick your brain here because is Brian Ferry Roxy Music?
You call well. Again, thank you for the question, but I don't see that this is one of those moments. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to look them up because I don't know. I probably have heard a song or two from them.
Yeah, they were big in the 80s. Roxy Music. Okay. Yeah.
Roxy
Brian
Music.
Ferry.
All right.
And that's really what keeps me motivated, man, is people throwing stuff like recently I did a deep dive into like Levon Helms and like stuff that I just didn't listen to much growing up. And it sent me down the rabbit hole, you know, and it just continues to make my music evolve, I guess. I don't know, better or worse, but different for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love is the drug. Was that
and that's Roxy Music. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just a classy looking dude, wore a black suit. It was during the what do you call it? Much Music. That's what we called it here.
MTV?
Yeah, MTV. Thank you. But yeah. So I had a question and it just slipped my mind. What else is new? So I'm going to do some shout outs for some upcoming, up and coming. That's what I was going to say. So remember we were talking backstage. There was just a couple artists that really, my aunt Rose, I know she'll watch us on replay, that she really liked. And it was your song and your music, and Joe and Barry Glenn. They're in the chat. It's a nice channel to go check out, David.
All right.
You really enjoy it. Really. It's just some really cool music. All right. Up and coming, 15th Bend premiering Soul at 8:30 on the channel. As you all know, 15th Bend is the featured channel tonight. And I thought it'd be a real cool tie because seeing as 15th Bend introduced us to this brilliant artist. And then right at 9 is the album launch live stream, which a few of us will be on panel, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Please, everybody, stop in. Take a second now to go right click and hit the thumbs up there, and the notification bell. I have a few mentions here. Robbie Stingle. Obviously, I can't keep up because he's got about 10 tracks a week. So I put him and Steven into the mention section because you're definitely going to get something every week from him. Stephen Ewart passed 10,000 uploads. It's a pretty cool milestone. And the Nut House. Great supporter of my channel and 15th and Independent Mini United's brilliant artist himself too. The Falcrow, Richard, the Mix Club, Rhett, Axe and Nacho. You can see them Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. So tonight after my show at 9 o'clock in about 10 minutes is going to start Vince Chinella. And then Axe and Nacho will follow it at 11. The Dom Father, he was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he still is. And Chris Lane Sr., please go check out those channels. I will have them as a feature channel next week. And I do apologize. I'll apologize publicly. I'd already had DJ reminded me I already had lined up for this week. So I'm glad I've given you more time to prepare what you need to prepare for next week. Guitar Hack, recommended album reviews, a great channel. Noor's Guitar channel. If you're a beginner guitar player, or if you have kids or a friend that wants to learn how to play guitar, This is a great channel to go follow. It's got the lyrics, it's got the chords, and he shows you, like, it's just great channel. And then Pompey Music, he's a teacher, as well as he has backing tracks available. Cool channel and great supporter, both of them, of my channel. We have some karaoke. You know what? I'm gonna continue with these shutouts. So we're done with them. Karaoke streaming channels and artists. Miss High and Pendar. There's two of my favorite there. Mark Singing for a Smile is a strong supporter of my channel, just like Joe Norman, and they constantly putting out some tunes. Paula Benson, here's a new artist. If you can all do me a favor, just go check her out when you have time. I met her on Terrell's show years ago, and she's just a ball of energy, and she's so much fun. As soon as I see one of her premieres come up, some of them are 30 seconds, some of them are 12 minutes. But if you'll see what I mean as soon as you go to her channel. You won't help but smiling from ear to ear. Jovel de Putzes, Leah Ramos, Mr. B Music Addictions. These are some great channels. Deb's Wood Burning Stove. I saw Deb here earlier. CC Karaoke, if you want a sample of an example of what you get from that channel, just go visit Independent Many United. Her last two releases use the backing tracks of CC Karaoke, a fine Canadian. Mama Rose channel, Angela Tanzer, and Together We Are Family. Pretty much covers our shoutouts for the week. I know for sure I must have missed a few, but I do my best, and I appreciate everybody that supports this channel and these artists. That's what it's all about. Hello, Niels, Han Dynasty. Thank you. Welcome. So what I have on cue next is dun, dun, dun. Maybe we should have like a little musical for this, because I'm feeling better and I can do this. Pianists, the best pianists in our community. It's not coming out right again today.
You nailed it.
Shit. All right. These are some fantastic composers and pianists that support my channel and support many other channels in our community. Starting with Lori's Mishmash, who provided the backing track to this, and all these fine artists that we're going to be playing. What's that? I freaking knew. Come back. It's responded. Yep. All right, let's do this. Yeah. Isn't that just fantastic?
Absolutely.
And that's your roots right there, eh, David?
That's my roots right there. Yeah.
It's one of those instruments that I wish. I mean, I have one upstairs, and I know many of the chords, but I can't use this hand and this at the same time.
Mhm.
Just doesn't work. But it's such a complex but yet simple instrument, and yeah.
It's as hard as you want to make it, really, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some good channels though. Chris Durham, I love Chris. Love Lori, of course. A couple of those I really need to check out. I have to come back and rewind and write down.
Yeah, and I saw your friend Wes Herndon in here,
Shout out
and
Wes.
yeah. So Wes is a really good supporter. He's come onto my channel once I met Dwight. Please, y'all, go check him out. Independent Many United has been posting his link. Great artist. You'll really enjoy his channel. And thank you, Dwight, for introducing us to another great talent.
Absolutely.
And maybe someday in the future we can have him on to this channel as well. On
Yeah,
this show.
good. That'd be real good.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry, I wish I had a piano. Yeah. It's just such a great instrument. It's so beautiful sounding. Yeah. Well, what else we got to talk about? Is there anything you want to share with this community, David? I really love that that tip you gave us about playing your songs, because one of the reasons why, I don't know, I've been asked and I'm thinking, I only know 3 covers and I don't do them well. Like I can write a song and not play it well in front of people and they're gonna like it. They don't, you got nothing to compare it to. But it's a big phobia, but I like it. Maybe just play along. I've gotten a few comments of it sounds like something we could have heard before, that kind of thing. So maybe you can get away with playing it. I like your suggestion. Just play it, and if they say they like it, then you can tell them it's yours. Yeah. And if they don't, just say Dwight wrote it.
or Tom Waits.
Right. Tom Waits, yeah. Or it's play a wrong note, you just say you're playing jazz. So
yeah, that's it.
So if you mess up a cover in front of folks, you just tell them you're jazzing it up. That's all.
Making it my own. That's what I say.
Yeah, and that's I don't figure I do covers very well myself. It takes me forever to learn a song. Some of these guys out here, man, they hear it the one time, they go over it once and then again, and they got it. And it takes me weeks. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because that producer of this record, Northern Horizon, Jeff Spires, he pulled me aside one day and he said, "You can make a living out of this. If you want to learn, I'll teach you." And so he started showing me the ropes. And in doing that, part of that lifeblood is knowing other people's songs. And I guess a grace or a gift that God's given me is that I've been able to kind of make some of them my own. And get away with it, because it's one of those things. If you can do it that well in front of folks, they'll accept that. So like I cover "Hurt" by 9 Inch Nails, but I do like the Johnny Cash version. But I've mixed the two together because I noticed that people like the Johnny Cash, but they also like the 9 Inch Nails. So like to give an example, I'll be singing the lower register for most of the song, but when it comes to the chorus, I lift it up to where Trent Reznor sings it, and "You can have it all," and all that kind of stuff. Like I go all the way up for him, And I've noticed a shift in the audiences across the board who love it. And so just as an example, so if it helps anybody out there remember a cover song, maybe it is best to kind of make it kind of your own. And that way maybe your brain or whatever will remember it better or something. That seems to help for me, but I don't know if that is can be of any help.
I've heard it helps boredom too for people that have to play the same set over and over. You know, they'll kind of jazz it up or change.
Yeah, yeah. But one of the things that I would say, thanks for bringing that, Dwight, because this is a big thing. Man, that hit hard because this has been on in my mind for a while now. And it's the issue of being self-conscious as an artist. Often I think to myself, I got this big set list. I just did it last weekend. Oh man, they're not going to want to hear these songs again. I need to change it up. But you also got to remember, these people have lived their lives since then.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't even remember, and it's okay. So get on with it. But what I really want to maybe express, which I think the community already has, is just to be encouraged that what you have matters. And if you ever get that voice in your head that, well, this isn't any good, or you're no good, or your song's no good, or what have you, like, just rebuke that, like, shut that down. Cause like everyone I've met so far is incredibly talented, and each and every one of you has something that people out there need. And so don't short yourself, and don't let that mind game or mind battle defeat you and putting that song out or trying that record or what have you, So I don't know, for some reason that spins a lot in my head, especially lately.
Yeah, I had to start myself. Nobody thinks about me as much as I do, and kind of get out of the way of it. Just put it out there. You know what I mean? Trust, believe.
Right on, Dwight. Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. It's so easy for us to beat ourselves up before we've even let anybody hear. Like there's a few songs that I've released in the last few years that I've written like a million miles away, a million stars away. I wrote it in 1986, and
no way. Are you serious?
I didn't want to play that in front of anybody except for family and a few of the field parties I used to perform at. That was in the 2000, I think, was the last one. But I never wanted to play it. And it turns out that it's one of people's favorites. And I mean, it's a big lesson. It's something we should all pay attention to, because we're our worst enemy. It's like,
Well, I mean, to that point, I thought Waves was just a sawdust song. It wasn't meant to be much of anything. And then some guy named 15 Ben online decides he likes that song. So, you just never know what's going to happen. But, no, that's amazing. I was just listening to your song, Million Stars, before we got up on this. Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful tune.
Thank you. Yeah. So we have on cue a song titled Daylight. I'm going to put you on the big screen here and let you tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So
and thanks for coming, Joe and Barry Glenn. I appreciate you. Thank you.
We had just finished recording a session, and we had 1 hour left, and I just had a moment of inspiration to write this song. So within an hour, I started a loop on a guitar piece, and then I went behind the grand piano and I just started playing this song, and then made up the lyrics on the fly. And then I did the bass and then the drums for this song. And it was totally just inspired in the moment. The producer was in there with me. He had just lost his wife recently. And the emotions were, you know, as artists, a lot of us, I think we sense things in the room, and something needed to be not said but sung. And so Daylight was kind of produced out of that, because I think there's kind of an anger when you lose somebody. And in the video and stuff, there's depictions of pulling out a gun and getting ready to shoot somebody, or pulling out a knife, getting ready to, but realizing that doesn't resolve what's going on here. You got to face yourself sometimes. And at some point the daylight will come. And so it's a hard one, but it was a fun one to do in the sense of the music, you know, the musical aspect of it. It's been a long time since I've done a song like that.
All right. Let's hear it. Sweet. Daylight.
I've seen this scene by the sea before, heard this song singing symphonies in my own discord. Winds whipped up a whisper, a cry, a sort of plea. Please set to ease what I cannot see. Yeah. Guns out, but there's nobody left to shoot. Knives drawn, but there's nowhere to turn but you. Guess I'll leave it to the daylight. It's you and me in this fight. Guess I'll leave it to the daylight. My love, it's you and I in this fight. See you, my adorned one.
What a beautiful track.
Absolutely.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Vocals are just pure. I don't even know how to put it in words, but musicians out there know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You put a lot of work into your craft. I can tell there's a lot of passion into everything you do. And the story that you're telling, it's epic.
Mhm.
It's just so well written, and then
Yeah.
the music that to follow it, to support it. And it's not easy to do, to capture both and just get that. Yeah, it's just incredible writing, David.
Thank you, thank you, Dwight.
How prolific are you? Do you get to you get a lot of time to write, or are these things that you do all at once in an
Man, I'll
album
tell you,
cycle?
that's one of the things people around here say is I'm very prolific, and I guess it's because I've been prolific. So the answer, short answer, yes. Um, I've started with that single history lessons way back in the day when purevolume.com and MySpace was a thing,
Oh yeah, I love that.
and been wheeling and dealing songs ever since. I mean, I've got, let's see, I put out, was it 6 full-length records before 2010? Because all I did was write and record. I mean, like I wasn't out doing clubbing or doing any crazy wild thing. I just stayed in and write songs. I'm very much an introvert. I think I'm not very people-y. That's changed over the years because when you play live, you're kind of forced to do that. In fact, there is a fellow who heard me around 2007, 2008, and he made me go play a show. He said, "You're booked. You're opening for this act." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yes, you are." And I was like, "No, but I'm not." And he's like, "But yes, you are." And so that got me out the door. But so I've had, I think, about 5 records between 2010 and 2020. And then I guess I'm slowing down because I've just got this one record out, Northern Horizon. But I intend on getting, I'm working on 3 other ones right now. And we'll see which one sees daylight before long, Lord willing.
Nice.
But yeah. So a lot of writing.
Yeah, you've
Seems
got
like something we all have in common. We're kind of just, that's all we do. Music,
Yeah.
music.
So I take it you write quite a bit yourself, Dwight.
I do, man. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many, my phone is just full of page after page. I've probably forgotten way more than I don't even know where to begin. Some of them, you got good and bad.
Yeah.
I try to only release the good ones. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
I
Yeah, do
eventually
you have
had
like
to,
a box
have
full of
a-
notebooks by chance?
Oh yeah, I've got my phone is sitting on a stack of 3 right now.
Nice.
When you
Nice.
said pure volume and MySpace, that brought it back. That's when it all started for me, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could find those old pages.
Yeah. There's somewhere out there, I'm sure, floating around.
Yeah, in the ether. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So how long have you been actually performing live and actually putting your music out there? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no. It was about 07 or 06 when I started playing live as a singer-songwriter. The guy was Ben Carmen. He was a great guitarist, and we met through like the back page or something for music, trying to form a band. And he was like, "Man, you should just do this on your own right now because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, I got you an opening act for this band called Grass Fight up in Denton. I need you to go out there." And I'm, like I said earlier, I didn't want to, and I eventually did. But that's where it started. It wasn't too long after that I went to some place called O'Reilly's bar and grill in Dallas and did an open mic for the first time. That's where they called me Tom Waits. But that ended up being a mainstay in this area for the longest time, and sadly it closed down recently. But it was kind of the who's who of the local scene would kind of show up there and just hang out and play music. But yeah, so that's about where it started. But writing and putting stuff out was back in 03. So somebody gave me access to the internet at one point, and that's one of the first things I did was just start putting songs out there.
Yeah, isn't it just such a beautiful thing, especially to come across this community? Yeah, and then for somebody like you who's going to go out and perform some of these songs, just to put it out in a community where you're going to get feedback and see how it's taken off, even if you don't, because a lot of people aren't going to give you negative feedback even if they find something maybe. But you can always tell by the kind of responses you get, the kind that,
Oh yeah.
and like for me, that's good enough, you know.
Yeah.
And so for somebody like you who's preparing to maybe play these certain tracks in at a show, just to get the feedback and see how people are reacting to it. Absolutely. So we are coming close to, we are at the last song. First of all, I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. I do want to remind everybody of the Help a Friend Russ 8889. Laurie's been putting out the link regularly tonight. And yeah, if you got it, please help. I'm sure we're going to hear more of this throughout the week with the other channels. I'm sure people are going to get on board and to help and spread the word. 15th Bend is obviously was the featured channel tonight. He's got an amazing show. We know it's going to be on Thursday for the album launch. As you all know by now, it's definitely the best smelling CD on the market ever. Lori made a point of letting us know that for sure. She's living proof. And I've got my CD here. It's been beside me. Oh, you can't even see it, can you? Darn, I had it here all night. So that's what we're talking about. And it's going to be a great show on Thursday. Like I said, I guess he's got his own opener because at 8:30 he's got Rise, a remix of his first song, and premiering. And then at 9 o'clock is the actual album launch. I'll be on stage and with quite a few more for sure. I know the regulars are going to be there. Indy, Lori, Hetriani, and yeah, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait. So so this last track, so again, David, thank you for coming on. This last track that you chose was Come Away, Beloved.
My favorite.
You know, I was going to ask, have you heard that before? My favorite.
I have actually. Yeah. It's I've heard some people that they really like it. Actually, I remember playing it live once, and there was these guys. They were holding out their phones trying to figure out who plays it because I guess they were using Shazam. And I happened to be wrapping up that hour. That was the last song I was playing. And when I finished, I came up and I was like, "What were y'all doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we were Shazamming it. We were trying to figure who it was." I was like, "Well, who'd you think it was?" And they were like, "Well, it sounded like you too." I was like, "Interesting." They're like, "Who is it?" And I was like, "Well, it's me. And I still have it in the studio and I'm recording on it. It's one of mine." And they were like, "No way." Like, yeah, there's actually like a fiddle and stuff. It's really cool. So yeah, I think I guess everybody out there probably, if you're a writer, a songwriter, been around for a bit, you probably know what I'm about to say. For those who don't, here it is. But some of your best songs are going to come through brokenness. They're going to come through your deepest, darkest moments. I mean, there are big, bright moments too, but this one comes from that. It comes from a very, very deep, broken place. And the melody was one that I came up with while I was living in Skiatook, Oklahoma on the piano. This da-da-dum, da-da-dum, come away, come away. I just was messing with it, but I couldn't figure it. And I set the song aside. Little did I know years later, there'd be a moment where some things would come to light in my life that were very hurtful. And I just about felt like dying over it, to be frank. And I was watching a friend of mine, their house. I was house sitting for them. It was freezing, I remember. And I got behind their little mini grand. And for whatever reason, I started playing the melody of that song, and the rest of it started to flow. And it started flowing out about, in the wasteland of your own choosing, you gather up your broken pieces. And just, I remember just doing that song, and that's where it flowed from this place of brokenness. It's like, took that long to get there. And it wasn't too long after that I took it to the band and we got it going in the studio. So yeah, it's Come Away. The idea of just recognizing your brokenness and then hearing the voice of the Lord saying, "Come away, beloved. Don't you know that you are loved more than you know, more than you'll ever know," you know? And so it really is kind of a song that deals with that tragic journey a lot of us go through, and then hearing the voice of God and going, but then continuing through it until finally we hear it again. And then that bridge moment where you realize you're just really just destroyed, but from on high, he reaches down to you, bring you up, just because that's who he is.
Yeah.
And so that's, you know, it ain't about what you did wrong, what was done wrong to you, or he just loves you. And that's where that all came from, I think. So without getting preachy, hopefully it's not too preachy.
No, that's beautiful. That's
Very
what it
cool.
is. Yeah, fantastic. All right. So this is the final song for the evening. Come Away, and we'll see you all in a few minutes.
I hear your calling right from heaven's gates. I hear your calling right from heaven's gates. In the wasteland of your own choosing, you gather up your broken pieces. You look for another trail to blaze amidst the dust and the haze. The rain pours down from on Calvary. I listen for the sound of your melody. Everything within me has to bleed. Does it have to bleed? I hear you say, "Come away, come away, come away. Beloved, come away, come away, come away. Don't you know that you are loved more than you could ever know?" I hear your calling right from heaven's gates. I hear your calling right from heaven's gate. The heavens above me turn to fire, drawing me to my death. Therein lies my final hour, as I bereave you with my breath. The rain pours down from on Calvary. I shout out loud for your mercies. Everything within me has to bleed. Does it have to bleed? I hear you say, "Come away, come away, come away. Beloved, come away, come away, come away. Don't you know that you are loved more than you could ever know?" Then you reach down from way on high. Oh, strong, oh, strong. Come away, come away, beloved, come away. Don't you know that right from heaven's gates.
Absolutely beautiful. What a treat.
And that video is, it was asked earlier what the music scene's like in Dallas. That video is a depiction of it, because I just basically, I wanted to honor the artists that we've been playing with and the places. So you had like Six Springs and Bleachers and just all these different places, avenues that we play at. So just, yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, very well put together. So, Dwight, any last words or questions for David?
Yeah, David, what we got coming up next? Anything on the soon horizon?
My hope is to have a new record out by the 11th, the November.
Gotcha.
Sorry, 11th, the 11th month, November.
Yeah.
That's my hope. So I don't know what record it'll be though, because I've got 3 that I'm working on. So you never know. So there may be another version of Open Doors coming out soon. That's a little different from the 2 that I just recently put out there, but those are the only 2 things as far as like online that I've got going on. Otherwise, I'm booked like crazy this month. In fact, I'm playing a 4-hour gig on the 17th, and then I'm supposed to be in a church to lead worship the following day and preach. So I'm just like, what have I agreed to?
Hey, do it to
What
it,
have I
man.
agreed to?
Awesome.
Well, I want to say thank you very much. First of all, Dwight, for I thought it was going to be a nice fit, and it turned out it was. Like I said, David, he was so excited as soon as I mentioned your name. So it's really cool. Thank you very much for participating. This is your second time on the Community Pulse. Down the road, we can get your buddy up here. Let's work on that. David, once again, thank you very much for coming up and agreeing to be on this Community Pulse. I think 15th Bend has done a great job into bringing a lot of artists into the community, but and a lot of them have stuck, and you're one of them. And when I say stuck, is like you're involved in a lot of other channels I've noticed. And that's really cool, because supporting one another is what it's all about. And I really appreciate you, and I'm honored to have you on this show. You're a true pro, a brilliant artist, and I hope to see you on the Hippie show. I just saw Jeff come back in, because he's the mod for Vince Gianella. Please go to back to this show, and you'll see all the links and email, and let's get your song heard in these other communities. I think it's wonderful, and I think they need to be heard. And so thank you all for coming. Thank you to my mods for all your hard work in the background. Like I said, my job's easy. All I have to do is do my best to read and continue to practice on how to say pianist.
Well, thank you, Frank. Thank you, Dwight. Chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's it. Good night, everybody. I'm going to play our exit song. Please, DJ's been dropping Vince Gianella's link. I hope to see you there. And then later on this evening at 11, we have Axe and Nacho. And don't forget 15th Bend's album launch party this Thursday. I hope to see you all there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bless you guys. Till
Thank
next
you.
time.
Sister, brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. We are friends, chosen hearts, shared, a force of nature. We are family, forever like a diamond, special treasure. We shine, family. Are we not part of one another? Our love is gold. Family. We are family. We are family. We are family. Family. Your life got